Hey, it's Wild 94.1, man. Ready, Set, Radio, myself, Bootleg Kev, another exclusive interview live on the phone right now. A legend. That's all I can say, man. In my opinion, the greatest drummer of all time. We got Travis Barker on the phone. What's up, bro?
Oh, thank you, man. What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm just chilling out. You know, I've been a hip-hop head all my life, but in high school, I was such a huge Blink-182 fan, man. And, I remember seeing, I think the first time I saw Blink was, I think it was when you guys came back. It was your last full-length album. When what was the Spiderweb song on there? I'm Feeling It. What was that album?
Was
that self-titled?
That was our untitled album.
Yeah. And I remember you were drumming. I was in the lawn because I had shitty seats, and all of a sudden you raised up in the back and were drumming in the back. It was crazy.
Yeah, man, that was my little time. I could kind of get busy during a Blink set or whatever. But yeah, man, I was the same, man. I was raised on hip hop, man. That's all I listened to. But I grew up happily confused, loving punk rock just as much as I did hip hop. So years back, Bun B from UGK asked me to make a beat for him for one of his albums, and I was like, oh man,
it's a big deal, yeah.
Yeah, I can't believe I have the opportunity, and it was something I always wanted to do, but no one ever gave me a reason to challenge myself to start, and man, I thank him. It was 12, 15 years ago. So,
and what was the first? Because a lot of people as far as the hip hop thing, and you being involved, a lot of your remixes you would do, the live remixes you would do, and you shoot videos of you putting drums over hip hop records. What was the first one you did?
I did one for Rihanna for Umbrella, and I did one for Can I Have It Like That? Pharrell had hit me and said, hey man, I want you to do this. But I think the biggest one that got the most buzz was when I did the Soulja Boy, just because the record was so big. But that was it was a perfect record just because it was so minimal. I could add so much without it, sounding weird. And I didn't have stems and I didn't have sessions. So yeah, and then from there it was record companies would call me and be like, yo, we want you to remix this. And I was like, okay, I was just doing it kind of for fun. And then that led to me, really, really concentrating and focusing on my production outside of, just playing the drums.
Yeah, I thought Give the Drummer Some was really slept on, man. I didn't think you get, a lot of people didn't talk about that like I thought they should have, because there was a lot of great records on there.
Oh, thank you, man. Yeah, man, I still listen. I think right then I was I really had to just get it out of my system. I really wanted to make a cool, hip-hop album, work with all my favorite rappers, MCs, but, there was nothing really radio-friendly on it. And I knew, they had come to me and they'd been like, yo, you can work with so-and-so at the label and so-and-so. And I was like, I don't know if I really want, radio records. I just kind of want to do this, and it's kind of a harder album, And with this, I guess it's years of making beats, too. I just got better, and, 100 was, on accident. When we made this beat, I was like, oh, man, it already sounds like it's on the radio. It's a trip, and I could never go in and go, hey, I'm going to write this beat today, because it totally goes left and it turns into something else. So it it came out, and the next day I went over and played it for Ink, and his manager, Ill Will, and Ink loved it, and his first time he heard it, he put a hook on it, played it back.
Yeah, he's so good at hooks, man. He's a
machine, man.
Yeah.
Ink is a machine. He's a great writer, and then the record came together real quick. I always say the ones that come together real quick are always the best.
It's kind of like the current Mount Rushmore of LA hip hop, especially like radio guys. If those are the guys, especially I Am Sue's from the Bay, but it's just such a great lineup of West Coast dudes.
Yeah, man, I agree. Thank you so much. Yeah, it was not my intention at first to have all West Coast, but it turned out like that. I Am Sue is, man, it's dope. He's from the Bay, and then, you have Ink that adds something different, and, Ty adds something totally different, and then, Tyga, it's really cool, man. I'm really excited for it to be my first single, or my first kind of thing everyone hears for this album.
Now, when you're producing hip-hop records, obviously, we know you're a drummer. Do you use, a lot of people in hip-hop will use Fruity Loops or, Pro Tools to make their beats. What is your production process coming from your background?
For me, it doesn't make a lot of sense for me to program or sequence a whole bunch of stuff. So what I'll do is, I'll either put sounds into a drum kit and I'll play them into, an electronic drum kit, or I'll actually play, I Love the Machine. So I'll use the machine, but I won't sequence in it.
You're talking about the machine, the from Native Instruments machine?
Yeah, Native Instruments. Yeah, the machine, and I'll play live. So if we have a keyboard thing that we love that I have looped up, I'll actually find the sounds I want to use, and I'll play live into Pro Tools.
That's dope.
And I'll catch like, a couple measures that I really love instead of hard quantizing stuff,
I've seen you drum in person a bunch, and I was with Yellow Wolf at the this was like three or 4 years ago when you did the it was Rain nightclub at the top of the Palms. It was during Magic. You did a party there.
Oh yeah.
And I remember seeing you drum, and I was standing right behind you, and I was like, Jesus Christ, like this guy, is that all the workout you need? Like, you got to really be in shape to play the drums the way you do. Is that enough, like cardio for you, just playing the drums?
Yeah, I found out years ago, man, like I like playing a certain way, and I never want to, I guess it's like a boxer or like anything else, like whatever comes to your head, whatever you want to do, whatever I want to play, I just want to be able to play it at any time and not get tired or not be able to do it. So like I like boxing a lot. Like I like to keep my stamina up and my hands fast, and I used to run a gang, but it really didn't do anything for my arms. So boxing and like those battle ropes, you ever seen those battle ropes?
Yep.
Like, man, I do like 30 to 60 minutes a day when I'm gearing up for tour.
That's what's up, man. So the new album, we know the first single. You work with a lot of my especially like me and Yellow have been good friends for a very long time. That's how I originally met you.
Yeah, he's the best.
I know Wolf is gonna be on the album, I'm assuming, right?
Oh yeah, man. We got this song called Out of Control. That's bananas. Like I can't wait,
Is it just you two, or
Yeah, it's just him and I on this
dope.
record. We had made it. It all stemmed from like a beat. Like we were actually filming the video for Push 'Em from Psycho White.
Yeah, Psycho White, yeah.
I was just messing around on the drums, and he was like, "Yo, what is that?" And I was like, "I'm just messing around." He's like, "Record that. We got to make a beat out of that." And whatever. So what's gonna show up on my album is actually that come to life with myself and Super Hot Beats that does all Yellow stuff.
Yeah, Super Hot Beats a beast. Willpower's a beast, man. Who else do you have on the album?
So I got Wiz Khalifa. I got Killer Mike and LP Run the Jewels.
Yes.
I got Bad Luck and Problem. I got Dej Loaf. I got records out to Vic Menza, Travis Scott, 2 Chainz, Nipsey, YG. Yeah, man.
I want to hear your production kind of like clashing with what like a LP LP beat with like Travis Scott drum or Travis Barker drums would be crazy.
Oh yeah, I did All Due Respect on the last Run the Jewels album with LP and them.
Oh, I didn't even realize that you had anything to do with that beat.
So I played drums on that, and then I went and played I'll play shows anytime that they'll call me on a whim. Yo, we're in LA.
Yeah, I've seen that you've come out with them.
Yeah, so I played drums on the album, and LP is a monster, man.
Yeah, he's dope.
It's one of my favorite beat makers, and them as a whole, man. Run the Jewels, like I'm so glad it's blowing up.
Yeah, and of course, if everybody who hasn't been under a rock the last 10 or 15 years, Famous Stars and Straps is your clothing line. How do you, that thing is a monster, man. It's like, it wasn't a fad because, I know the other guys from Blink had like Atticus in high school. I remember everybody was like either rocking Atticus or like Famous back in the day. But like you're still around with the clothing line. How much are you like involved in that? Because I know the clothing business is extremely, that's a lot to deal with.
Oh, it's crazy, man. It's 16 years. I was telling a friend yesterday, I was like, yo, people told me to get out 8 to 10 years ago and take all the money and run, and I was like, for me it's like longevity, man. Like the minute you sell something, and Famous is something I'm passionate about, man. Usually people will buy it and the integrity goes down the drain.
Of course, yeah.
They just whore it out. So yeah, man, Famous is my baby, man. That's something I hope, like, I want to be a brand that that's around forever, and we just we stay true to our roots, but we always we do what we're known for, and it's something I love, man. I'm passionate about music or drums or cars. You know what I mean?
Of course.
So it wasn't a phase or like a fad for me.
What's the latest Cadillac that you've bought and restored, or have you bought one lately?
You know what, man? I actually, I'm like a Cadillac and Chevy man. So the last thing I actually built was a '72 K5 that I put a LS3 motor in. And basically the only thing that's from '72 is the body. Everything else is like top of the line. Like it's a beast. Like the truck is crazy. I don't know if you're familiar, but
yeah, I know what a K5 is. Yeah,
the Blazers where the roof comes off. So it's like, oh man, it's the perfect summer car. And I just got it finished for summertime. So that's all I've been rolling in.
Dope, man. Well, look, I definitely am appreciative of your time, man. I'm a big fan. I can't wait to hear the album. Do you have any sort of set date for the album? Is the title for the album out there yet? Do you have that together?
I mean, it might actually end up being, Give the Drummer Some Part 2.
Okay.
So, but no, man, I'm probably about 70% through my album. But with this single 100, it was like it's a summertime record, man. Like
Yeah, you got to get it out there. Yeah.
Yeah, for me, it was a time period, and I really wanted it to come out this summer. So it kind of, it's dope for summer, and it pushes my back to the wall to finish and wrap this album up.
Is there any more collaborative projects? Because you had Psycho White with Wolf, which was really slept on, which was a dope little EP. Have you thought about doing any other collaborative, like full collaborative projects with anybody?
Oh, thank you, man. Well, actually, I just finished recording this album. I don't know if you know who Cedric and Omar are from Mars Volta.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a new group called Anti-Mask, and I just recorded their second album. I just recorded drums for their second album, and it was honestly, man, like one of my favorite musical experiences playing rock music.
That's dope.
It's an amazing album, and I can't wait for everyone to hear it.
And the last question I have to ask as an OG Blink fan is, are you guys going to get back together anytime soon and get some new music out there? I just got to ask. I'm sure this is the one thing you always answer.
I think the end of the year, we're getting in the studio to play with Matt Skiba from Alkaline Trio, who kind of...
Oh, dope.
Yeah, he filled in for these this festival that I do called Muse Inc., and we ended up playing. But, he's awesome, man, and we're just kind of getting in the studio and going to write a little bit, so it's going to be exciting.
Sounds good, man. Well, look, I'm going to let you introduce the new single, which is coming soon on the album, which is, you say it's almost done, but the single's fire. You got a lot of dope artists on this. I'm going to let you introduce it, Travis.
Hey, this is my new single, 100, with Kid Ink, I Am Sue, Tyga, and Ty Dolla $ign.
Thank you, bro.
All right, bro. Good talking to you.
Yes, sir. I'll talk to you soon, man.
Thank you, bro.